as I had said earlier, globalization refers to the increasing interconnectedness. The globe, generally, the world has become a global village. There's a lot of interconnectedness. There's a lot of interdependency between the economies, cultures, and societies. It involves the flow of goods and services. Goods are tangible, services are intangible, capital, uh, technology, and people across national borders. People are moving across national borders. Um, Globalization has been driven by factors such as technology advancement. Technology advancement actually is one of the biggest factors that has increased, has contributed to the increase of globalization. And then trade liberalization. There's a lot of liberalization that has been happening. The countries or the nations are breaking the boundaries as far as trade is concerned. They are making trade free to everyone or to the global community. And the emergence of multinational corporations. There is a lot of multinational corporations, that is organizations that are operating beyond the national borders. So as they grow, they are leading to increase of globalization. What are the challenges of globalization? One of the biggest challenges that is hindering proper globalization is difference in culture and communication barriers. Effective communication and understanding culture, nuances, nouns, nuances are essential to successful global operations. So for us to operate globally, we need to understand cultural differences and we need to understand what are the barriers of communication, what is making communication not very successful across the borders. Misunderstandings and interpretations can arise due to differences in language and customs and values. So in communication, there might be misunderstandings because what you say in one culture might mean something different in another culture, or what is the words spoken in one language might differ from the words spoken in another language, thus bringing misunderstanding in communication. And once there's misunderstanding in communication, sometimes it might be difficult for us to trade across borders. Managing diverse teams and workforces, we are dealing with diverse teams and workforces, people of diverse culture, people of diverse generation, people of diverse communities. So it is difficult to manage all this. This includes understanding and respecting cultural differences. For us to be successful in this, we need to understand and respect cultural differences. You must not judge other people based on your culture. It might not be the best. We should promote inclusivity and fostering effective communication. So we must promote inclusivity. We must understand the differences in culture and promote togetherness in the work environment and ensure effective communication. Economic fluctuations and political instabilities, that's another challenge that is causing making it difficult for globalization. Global economic conditions and political instability in different regions can significantly impact businesses. So the instability in political situation in a country or in different countries, the global economic conditions can impact on the businesses. So it's important that we take note of that. And organizations must be prepared to adapt to the changing economic circumstances and manage risks associated with political instability. Uh, Politics is another challenge, and we should be able to analyze the political environment and set forth risk management measures to avoid the adverse effect of risk associated with political and economical effects. And then you have legal and regulatory complexities. Operating in multiple countries involves navigating complex legal and regulatory frameworks. So for you to operate globally, you are to navigate through different forms of legal and regulatory requirements. Every country has its own legal and regulatory requirements. And if you're moving from one country to another, then you need to understand those legal and regulatory requirements of each country for you to survive well. Understanding and complying with different laws and regulations can be challenging. It can be challenging as laws and regulations change from one country to another. Ethical considerations in global operations. Ethics, what is ethical in one country might not be ethical in another country. So you need to understand those differences for one to operate properly. Organization must adhere to ethical standards and consider the social and environmental impacts of their global operations. This includes issues such as labor practices, environmental sustainability, and human rights. So consider issues to do with labor practices, environmental sustainability. How are you impacting on the environment, and how is it how is it treated in the countries that you are working in, and the human rights? Understand them so that you be a corporate citizen. And then you have opportunities of globalization. Globalization comes with several opportunities. One of them is access to new markets and customers. If you're moving from one country to another, or from your home country to the global market, it means that you're accessing a bigger market. And that expands into new markets, and you reach a wider customer base. This can lead to increased sales, revenues, and market share. So it makes your company richer. The larger the market, the more the customers, and the higher the sales. Another thing that another opportunity that comes with globalization includes cost reduction through outsourcing and offshoring. Organization can reduce costs by outsourcing certain functions or operations to other countries. So through globalization, we are able to outsource to other countries, and we are able to cut costs. We are able to seek resources from countries that are affordable in offering that particular resource, and therefore we are able to cut costs. This can improve efficiency and profitability. Talent acquisition from global pool of candidates. We are able to get talent from different parts of the country. The way that they reach, or the way that they pull, then they hire the opportunities of getting the best talents. This can help organizations find the best people for their roles, regardless of geographic location. So you can get those people or those employees across border and anywhere in the world. Learning from different cultures and business practices, it's a learning platform. We meet from the diversity that we have explained earlier. We meet different people of different cultures, and we learn a lot of new things. Operating in different cultures can expose organizations to new ideas, perspectives, and business practices. This can lead to innovation and improved performance. Uh, So the other thing that we shall discuss is the ethics and governance, which is another trend apart from the globalization. And what is ethics? Ethics refers to the moral principles and values moral principles and values that guide individual and organizational behavior. So there are moral principles and values. Most of them, some of them are set by the organization. Some of them are there by default. It encompasses concepts such as honesty, integrity, fairness, and social responsibility. Operating today, we need ethical organizations that are honesty to their stakeholders. They display a lot of integrity. They are they are displaying a lot of fairness and social responsibility. Social responsibility is being responsible to the society general, and you are giving back to the society since you are making profits from the society generally. Governance refers to the system of rules, practices, and processes by which an organization is directed and controlled. It involves the roles and responsibilities of various stakeholders, including management, board of directors, shareholders, and employees. So, governance is the system of rules and practices and processes, rules, practices, and processes by which an organization is directed and controlled. So these rules and practices and processes by which organization is directed and controlled, they ought to be ethical. They ought to reflect a lot of honesty, integrity, fairness, and social responsibility. That is what we refer to as ethics and governance. They have to marry each other. Challenges related to ethics and governance, balancing profits and ethical consideration. So most of the organization key principle or key objective is to make profits. But here comes that you are required to be ethical and have some social responsibility. Is giving back to society going to affect your profitability? So most of the managements are in the in the mix as far they are in a confusion as far as balancing the profit with the ethical consideration. The ethics demands that you do something to your community. You be honest, you declare your profits as expected. Integrity also is required, fairness and social responsibility. But at the other end, it's going to reduce on your profitability because you're going to spend some money or you're going to lose some business because they are not ethically accepted. So this is a dilemma that is facing most managers, but yeah, they have to be, the organization have to keep up with them. Corporate social responsibility and sustainability initiatives. CSR and sustainability initiatives can be costly and time consuming, but they can also enhance the organization and organization reputation and attract socially conscious investors and customers. So there is this corporate social responsibility is what I'm referring as giving back to the community, and the sustainability initiative. There are several sustainability initiatives. One of the major sustainability initiative is environmental management. So they are expensive, but they attract a lot of they build up organization reputation and attract socially conscious investors and customers. Ethical dilemmas related to decision making and leadership. Leaders often face ethical dilemmas that require them to make difficult choices. These dilemmas can involve issues such as conflicts of interest, bribery, and environmental concerns. So bribery is one of the things that causes a lot of dilemmas. It might be required for an organization, not really required or documented anywhere, But for you to survive, you have to bribe. But it's not ethical. If you do bribe, it's unethical to do that. And you may miss in the businesses if you don't bribe. So that is an ethical dilemma. And every management member in an organization, especially in a country like Kenya, they are faced with such dilemma. There's conflicts of interest. You have your own interests, and there are organizational interests, and there are other stakeholders' interests. They might be conflicting with the organization. Those ones also make it difficult to make decisions. Environmental concerns. You might be emitting gases and liquids or fluids that are harmful to the environment, but that is your core business. What are you going to do? Are you going to shut down? Those are ethical dilemmas that are associated, affect the decision making, and are associated with ethics and governance. Transparency and accountability in corporate governance. It is key to be transparent and it is key to be accountable. But in most cases, we are getting challenged in as far as transparency is concerned. Organizations must maintain transparency and accountability in their governance practices to build trust with stakeholders. For you to build trust, you have to bring transparency and you have to be accountable. This includes disclosing financial information, which most organizations hold dear, and they tend to say that information is classified. They would not like to disclose that information, but corporate ethics and governance requires that you be transparent and declare or disclose that information to the stakeholders, adhering to ethical standards and addressing concerns raised by shareholders and other stakeholders. Shareholders comes with many concerns. Other stakeholders like the government, the press, the community, they have their own concerns. So addressing all that might be a challenge. And then you have opportunities for ethics and governance. If well practiced, then it brings or it has opportunities that are favorable to the organization. One is building positive brand reputation and customer loyalty. If you are practicing ethics and governance, then you are likely to build up good brand reputation or the organizational reputation. It will be trusted, it will be loved, and you will have loyal customers. Adhering to the ethical standards and engaging in CSR initiatives can help organizations build a positive brand reputation and foster customer loyalty. Yeah, that is very true. And then another one is attracting and retaining top talent. If you are ethical in your governance, then you are likely to attract top talent. You are likely to attract high-notch um, employees who are likely to move your organization forward. Ethical and social responsible organizations are more attractive to top talent who are increasingly seeking employers that share their values. Enhancing organizational resiliency and sustainability, strong ethical governance and sustainability practices can help organizations mitigate risks, building resiliency, and creating long-term values. So with the proper ethical practices, you are likely to build on sustainability, and you are also likely to mitigate on risks and build resiliency and create long-term values. So you may not feel the value now of it, but in the long run, you will feel the value. Um, yeah. Growing diversity. Diversity refers to the presence of variety of people within a group or organization. There is difference in people in an organization or in a group. It encompasses differences in age, gender, race, ethnicity, sexual orientation, disability. Diversity can be a source of strength, innovation, but it can also present challenges if not managed effectively. So, what does diversity include? Types of diversity. We have one, demographic diversity. Demography is the study of population. So, issues that are related to studies of population, they can bring in diversity. This refers to differences in age and generations. Recently, there was an outcome of Gen Zs. So that's a new generation. And that one is also defined by the age, is a certain age group. So when you are in an organization, you're likely to be working with different age groups. We have Generation X, we have millennials, we have Gen Zs, we have several other generations. They might be grouped together. All those come with different differences in the way of doing things. We have gender, male, female, and sexual orientation. We might have male and female that we understand biologically, and we might have groups that we don't understand. They are not biological, but they are people who have subscribed to them. Nowadays, we refer to them as LGBTQ. So those are some of the groups that we might have in the workplace or in an organization, and we need to have a way of accepting them and adopting to the way they work. And then we have race and ethnicity. We have different races and ethnic groups working together. We have people of different religions working together. We have those who are enabled differently, or sometimes we refer them as people living with disability. And then we have other physical characteristics. So all these are kind of demographic diverse groups that we might be bringing them together, working together in one organization. And we have cultural diversity. This refers to the differences in values, stroke morals. What are your values? Beliefs, what do you believe in? And then you have customs, and then we have the traditions. So culture will vary from group to group, and those groups, those cultural differences might be found in one organization that we are to bring together and understand them and utilize those differences in achieving organizational goal. We have educational diversity. This refers to differences in education background and experience. So we have people of different education backgrounds and experiences. All those might be working towards achieving the same goal of the organization. And we have experiential diversity. This refers to the differences in work experience, skills, and knowledge. We have those who are highly experienced and those that are not highly experienced. But the ones that are highly experienced, they have stayed there for long, or they have been in the industry for some time, and they are on their way to exit. We also need those who are not experienced so that they can gain the experience over time and take over the baton. So the baton, we need to bring them together on board and work together to achieve a certain goal. And then we have thought diversity. People think differently. So we need to accommodate different opinions and ideas and perspectives so that we can forge forward. What unites us is the goals and the vision of the organization. Challenges in growing diversity. There's a challenge in managing diverse teams and workforces. If they are diverse, they are different, then managing them, it is difficult. And then there's challenge of overcoming biases and stereotypes. We have common stereotypes. Maybe you have stereotypes associated with gender. Maybe the people of a certain gender cannot do a certain job, or people of a certain gender cannot make good leaders, or people of a certain tribe are known for this and that. All those are stereotypes, and they come in with biases and make it difficult for people to work together. And then there's another one, ensuring equal opportunities and fair treatment between gender, between ethnicity and races. We need to create equal opportunity of everyone, and we need to treat them fairly. Sometimes this one is not achieved, and it makes it difficult it makes it difficult for the organization to operate amid the growing diversity. And then adapting to the cultural differences and communication styles. Cultural differences makes it difficult to operate. And thus, as an organization or as leaders, we need to incorporate or adopt to the cultural differences and collaborate well so that the organization can move forward so that we can achieve our goals. Opportunities, increased creativity. There is a chance of increased creativity since we have diversity in experience, skills, and so many other things. And then improved decision making. Uh, since we get a lot of information from the diverse scale, then decision making is improved. And then enhanced employee engagement and satisfaction. If we understand the diverse nature of the employee body, then we are likely to accommodate them, and that way we are likely to engage them well and make sure that they are satisfied and the outcome of it will be good. And then there's a better understanding of the diverse markets and customers. A diverse workforce can help organizations better understand and serve diverse customer segments, leading to increased market share and profitability. So if we understand the diverse nature of the markets and customers, then we are likely to adapt our products to the needs and wants of our customers and well, and will lead to profitability. Changing technology and its impact on management. Technology is ever changing and is rapidly changing. The rapid pace of technological advancement is transforming the way organizations operate and manage their resources. From automation to artificial intelligence to cloud computing and big data, technology is reshaping the business landscape and presenting both challenges and opportunities for managers. So managers are facing both challenges, and they're also facing the technological changes also bringing a lot of opportunities to the managers. Uh, we talk of artificial intelligence, we talk of automation, we talk of cloud computing, big data. All those are shaping the way organizations operate, decision making, and even the product design. Challenges associated with this item include rapid technological advancement and need to continuous learning. It is happening too fast. Before we can adapt to one, another technology aspect is coming in. So it requires us to continuously learn. Every time, every day is a learning opportunity. Managers must stay up to date, updated with the latest technological trends, and developments to effectively leverage technology for organizational advantage. This requires continuous learning and adapting to the new tools and processes. Cybersecurity risks and data privacy. As technology is growing, the other side also, there are those who are ever thinking of taking advantage of the cyber platform so that they can cause harm to the organizations. So cybersecurity has become an issue, and they're keeping managers and organization on toes, protecting sensitive data and ensuring compliance with data privacy regulations is crucial. We are storing our data in the cloud, somewhere in the cloud. So putting it together and protecting it out there in the cloud, it's not like locking it in the safe. So it's a big concern, and we need to. Organizations are working day and night, looking for ways to protect that particular data, because there are guys who are looking to take advantage of that data that is exposed out there and make money out of it or make companies collapse. We have a lot of data, personal data. We have money. We have strategies. We have a lot of information that is lying in the cyber platform. So it's important that we ensure that that data is well protected. Automation and job replacement. Automation means that things work automatically. Are these likely to replace employees? That's a challenge also we are facing. Automation and artificial intelligence are leading to job displacement in certain industries. Managers must navigate the challenges of workforce recruiting, restructuring, and retraining employees for new roles. So new roles will always come. That one should not be an issue. As technology is coming in, then employees need to shift their attention to other things if their jobs are automated. As you see, automation is happening day and night. So you might not be safe. Ethical consideration related to technology. The use of technology raises ethical concerns such as privacy, surveillance, and algorithms, algorithmic bias. Managers must ensure that technology is used ethically and responsibly. So technology is bringing a lot of challenge also, ethical considerations. It's bringing in issues of concern, such as privacy. Sometimes people feel like they're being monitored and their data is being taken uh, without their permission. Uh, so it is important that managers uh, ensure that technology is used ethically and responsibly. Don't just get people's information and misuse it, because we give a lot of information online through registering to our email, registering to web spaces, uh, being monitored on cameras, being monitored on activities that we are doing online. So that all that information is being gathered somewhere by the technology. Therefore, it's important that the managers or people who have access to that information, they use it ethically. Otherwise, it is will bring a lot of trouble. Opportunities of changing technology include increased efficiency and productivity. As in technology is changing, efficiency and productivity is increasing, improved communication and collaboration. We can easily collaborate today and maybe better tomorrow. And the communication is more clear and reliable. Nowadays, we can communicate like this. We are holding a virtual meeting. Everyone is in their own place, but we are meeting on a virtual platform. So yeah, it's improving. This is technology. And then we have access to new markets and customers. Through technology, you might have your company here, but globally available through online platforms. So you have access to bigger markets, innovation and development of new products and services. Yeah, through technology, we have new products and services on our platform. The other thing is sustainability management. Many things are happening that requires that we do sustainable management, especially as far as the environment is concerned and environmental degradations. Then we are likely going to going towards the end of everything if we are not managing the environment or our organization um, well. Sustainability refers to ability of an organization to meet its present needs without compromising the ability of future generation to meet their own needs. So we are looking for today, how are we going to meet our needs today without affecting the future generations meeting their needs at in future time? It encompasses three key dimensions: economic sustainability, ensuring financial viability and long-term profitability. We look at the organization that we make profit today and in the long run. And then you have environmental sustainability, minimize negative impact on the environmental and conserving natural resources. And then social sustainability, contributing to the well-being of the society and promoting social equity. So we have economic, environmental, and society. Those are the key issues we look to when we are looking at the sustainability. And then challenges of sustainability management, we have balancing economic growth and environmental protection and social responsibility. So as long as we are seeking to make profit, but there's some trade-offs that we need to do, because we also need to manage the environment and we need to be responsible to the society that we are living with. Organizations often face trade-offs between economic goals and environmental and social concerns. Balancing these competing priorities can be challenging. Measuring and reporting sustainability performance, that can be also a challenge. Developing accurate and meaningful metrics to measure sustainability performance can be complex. For example, currently there's this trading of carbon credit, where if you maintaining the environment in such a way that you are absorbing, you are helping in the absorbing of carbon emissions, then you are earning some carbon credits that is being turned to cash and you are paid that money. That one can be very complex to measure the carbon credits. Organizations must also report their sustainability efforts transparently to stakeholders. So it is required that organizations also report their sustainability report their sustainability efforts transparently. If they are degrading the environment, they need to report that. Integrating sustainability into organizational strategy and decision making, that might be a challenge too. Sustainability must be integrated into the core strategy and decision making processes of an organization. This requires top-down commitment and alignment across all levels of the organization. So we have to embed sustainability management in our organizational strategy and decision making for it to be considered and implemented effectively. Addressing stakeholders' expectations and demands, they are increasing daily. There are too much demands, and this is a challenge also. Organization must consider the expectations and demands of various stakeholders, including customers. What are they expecting from you? The quality of the product, the safety of the product. Employees, what are they expecting from you? Job satisfaction, good conditions, good compensation, work-life balance. They are expecting all that. So you need to be considerate. Investors, they need to make money. They're investing, they're putting money into the organization. They're expecting some return to the investment. So you need to return that. You should not be reporting losses. If you report losses, it means that you're not paying them any return to their investment. Communities, they need you to be socially responsible and give back to the society. So all those demands are very many. Meeting these expectations can be challenging, especially when there are conflicts of interest. Opportunities of sustainability management includes enhancing brand reputation and customer loyalty. If you are managing sustainably, then the brand reputation is built and you are likely to get more loyal customers, attracting and retaining top talent. Top talent love sustainability. And therefore, if you practice it and you embed it into your strategy, then you are likely to attract top talent. Reducing costs through energy efficiency and resource conservation. Uh, Through sustainability, you are likely to use some energy sources that are not affecting the environment, and therefore you are reducing the cost, you are managing well your waste, you are practicing reuse of the waste, all that will cut on cost. This can lead to cost savings and improve operation efficiency, and then contributing to a more sustainable future. So we want a future that is reliable, that we can see life at the end. So for us to manage that, we need to put sustainable management in practice. By adopting sustainable practices, or organizations can contribute to a more sustainable future for themselves and society as a whole. This can create positive impact on the environment and communities. So effective sustainability management requires a holistic approach that considers the economic, environment, and social dimensions of an organization activity. So as I've said, there is economic part, there's environmental part, and there's social dimension. You should be considerate of all that for you to manage the future of the organization and the community. Um, in conclusion, contemporary management faces complex landscape shaped by globalization, technological advancement, ethical consideration, diversity, and sustainability challenges. To navigate these issues effectively, managers must adopt a holistic approach that balances economic goals with social and environmental responsibilities. We are responsible for the society, we are responsible for our environment, and we should make profit. We need to balance the three. And the key takeaways today include embracing diversity and inclusion, two, prioritizing ethics and governance, three, adapting to technological advancement, four, navigating globalization, five, embracing sustainability. Through doing all that, then the organizations are likely to be more profitable in the long run. That makes the end of my presentation, and I welcome questions and comments.